Hey everybody, this is Doug Friend with Historical Board Gaming. I wanted to make a quick video just to give you an update of what's going on. We have more videos to do next week, but it's been a been a hard week. I know you haven't really seen much new items. We do have a lot of new items coming. I've got marker sets, resource marker sets, some expansions, a bunch of new 3D printed stuff. It's weather here in Tulsa has been very bad. A lot of ice. It'd be nice if we had snow, but we're getting just precipitation that's freezing to the ground. A lot of car wrecks, stuff like that. Next week, I think, well, Saturday we're supposed to get a bunch more snow, and then of course it's going to be like single digits at night, double digits in the mornings. Or through the day into the teens. That's about it for a week. And then we're supposed to have more snow next Wednesday. So I wanted to let you know shipping is going to be a little slow over the next week. We're all working, we're getting the stuff out, but I know FedEx called me yesterday and said, hey, we can't pick up tomorrow or today, so it'll be tomorrow. And well, they actually did pick up. I came in this morning and all the packages were gone, and I asked shipper and he said yep, they picked up. So don't know what's going on with there, but I'm sure if we get some really bad stuff next week, especially Monday, we're playing that by ear whether we're even going to be able to ship out Monday. But we'll come in Tuesday and make it all up. And I even told the guys that we might have to work part days, just come in late and get some things done and leave before things get really bad. I was gonna say before things freeze over, but it's gonna be below freezing for over the next week, so it's not gonna matter. So I just want to get everyone heads up on the shipping. If you get some new orders in and you wonder why there's no movement, I know the past month through the holidays it was terrible. USPS was so far behind, and they actually are still behind. Packages have been arriving and stuff, but some people will say, hey, I still haven't received it. And I said, yep, they still got some packages to deliver. So anyway, I wanted to give you a heads up on that. And so just bear with us on the shipping. We're doing the best we can. I want to keep my employees safe. Don't want to make them have to come in. I'm stupid enough to come in when I shouldn't be, but I don't want to do that to them. Speaking of taking my dog out, I always take my dog out in the morning, my little puppy. It's usually 5:30. I take her out back to do her business and then put her back in her little cage, and then my wife gets up a couple hours later and gets ready and stuff and goes down, and it's really nice because she's already been relieved and she doesn't have to worry about her busting. Usually she's still sleeping. But I went out yesterday and I came in and I was sitting at a bar or a little island, and I was trying to figure out if I had taken our puppy out to do her business. And I'm like, yeah, I think I did. So I went to work. Well, back up. I look at my watch and it's 6:20. Well, I'm always at work by 6 a.m. because I get up at 5. And I was like, 6:20, what is going on? Well, I didn't know. And I got my truck, came to work, and a little later I called my wife because I'm like, you know what? I think I fell out there. I think I fell on the ice and didn't even realize it. So I called my wife to let her know, when you take the puppy out, don't go outside because it's really, really slick, and I didn't want to get her hurt. So we have little pee pads for the puppy that you can put down in the laundry room and stuff. She go do her number there, and it cleans up real nice. So I told her to do that for a day or two until we get things de-iced. But come to find out, my back of my head was sore. I had a headache. My knee hurt. My body felt like I fell off a truck. And so it was pretty clear that I did fall, but I couldn't remember. So I think I had a concussion. Did I go to the hospital? No. We did monitor everything. I didn't have blurred vision. A lot of the symptoms, but I still have a mild headache, and balance is just a little off, but nothing bad. So we have been monitoring everything. So be careful out there. This is the first time this has ever happened. So I took a step on their deck, and I'm pretty sure I took a step down, which is just one step down to the pavement, the little sidewalk we have, and I think I slipped there. I don't remember. I don't remember slipping, and I don't remember the dog doing her business, and I don't even remember putting her back. So, which is pretty typical for concussion, I guess. I do remember one thing. I remember the puppy doing a little yelp. Yelp. You know, I carry her in front as I'm going down because she's only about this big. You always carry her down. So if I slipped and fell, she apparently fell on top of me, which is a good thing because if I would have fallen on her, she would have been probably a dead puppy, which I'm very thankful for. My wife would have been crushed as well as I. So anyway, just go past that. I'm taking it easy. I'll probably cut out of here in early afternoon. I need to go home, probably lay down. But I need to take care of some things. New items. Like I said, we have a lot of new items coming out, so it'll probably be next week before I can get to them on the website. So, like I said, we've got some, I got them here. I mean, I've got some German marker sets, some Army Corps. You know, we've got some resources, which are double-sided for a little expansion for 1939 and Global War 1936. And then I've got some 3D printed stuff that he's brought in. I like the German Flugcruiser hybrid carrier for the America expansion. Some people have been asking about that, so we're getting that printed, amongst many other things. We've got a bunch of E100s. A lot of these models I'm bringing out that we modeled for things, and they've just been sitting, so we're bringing more and more out, trying to get on top of it. And I know people wanting, you know, the World War I models, which we brought a lot out. We still have some. 1985, we're going to try to get some of those out for people. I think these resin pieces are really nice. They're durable. They paint well. I've been told by a lot of people they paint well. And you can just throw them in the box. A lot easier than the metals, and they're a lot cheaper. We're trying to make good pricing for you guys and all that good stuff. So bear with us. It'll be next week before I can get the items on there. I know some of you have asked about the eBay items. If you go to the website, you know, we've got a link for eBay at the bottom as well as the top. And we put this time we have a lot of War at Sea items up. We went through them right now. The first batch is sold, and now we have another batch on there. A lot of ships. I think there's almost 200 ships out there right now. And then the following week we'll have another couple hundred ships, and the following week we'll have a couple hundred ships. So I think right now there's I want to say the British ships are up right now, and then we have a bunch of U.S. ships as well as some Japanese ships. So if you know anyone who collects War at Sea items, or you're possibly wanting to get into it, we have a lot of stuff coming out or on eBay. And I'm just trying to pare down some of the stuff. I've got, you know, what I call money sitting on the shelf that, you know, I've had for, like, I want to do this or do that, and it doesn't do any good sitting there. So trying to get things in and keep things moving. We will have new items, like I said, coming. Just bear with us on that 3D printed stuff. And I'm going to make this comment again on the when you get items that are broken or missing. I got a turret that's missing a piece, you know, it's missing from the body, or I've got, you know, an orange one that was mixed in with this one. A lot of you order on a, you know, weekly basis or every 2 weeks. It would be very beneficial to us if you just put a note in the comments that, hey, add this piece, give us part number, quantity, color, of course, so we can throw it in there. Don't just say, hey, I was missing a tank from last order. Okay, which one? I'm missing a Russian tank from last order. We look at the order, and they've ordered several Russian tanks in several colors. So we need a quantity and a color. You know, a part number would be best. I would strongly urge us to give part number. You know, don't send me in a text, and don't send me in an email. Don't send. missing this piece, add it to my next order. There's no way we can coordinate that email to your order when you're ordering next. So it's beneficial for both of us if we could do it this way, and I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people still locked down with COVID in their states as well as countries, and it's wreaking havoc on conventions and people getting together. So we're trying to do our best, getting things out there for you as well. I don't really have much else. Like I said, I'm going to put some more content out next week. We are still moving forward with the games, Global War 85, Global War 2025 Meltdown. Our Chinese factory is on Chinese New Year for another week. They're out on the 21st, I believe. They're back. And we're going to start production on our pieces. And I promise that I'm going to do a 2025 video. I actually have pieces sitting over here from the first test run of the molds, the 2 molds. And I will show you those and see what's going on. And we'll hopefully get some pre-orders out in about another month where we can start pre-ordering the game. Our Midway game, same thing. It's been put on hold just because I was wanting to print it in color, and we found out we could, but it could never match the American olive drab color. We got a darker green, so I thought, well, you know what? I matched the Japanese color, and we got a darker green. But at least there's 2 colors. That way, if people who don't paint, they have it colorized for them. And the people who do paint, they don't care. They're going to prime it and paint it. So it doesn't matter if it's on the color. So we're getting those done, and we're hoping to have some starting next week where we can actually start selling the sets. And we're going to have 3 tiers of Midway. You can buy this, or you can buy this, or you can buy the whole thing. Map, play age, rules, pieces, and stuff like that. And if people who buy the game, the whole shebang, you're going to get a really good price on the 3D pieces, really good price. But if someone goes, well, I don't want any of that, I just want 3D pieces, well, the pricing's not going to be as good for you guys, just because I'm trying to keep the cost down for the whole game. That's with acrylics, chips, dice, everything. So you still be able to get some of these pieces, like the Japanese carriers that are done remodeled, and they just look really slick and things like that. So anyway, they will be available, and they are coming. So Midway's right around the corner. 2025 is right around the corner. Global War 85 is in playtest. I don't know if you guys go to the Facebook, you can see what's going on there. It's getting really close. And Global War 1914, going through more play testing, making more fixes. We're adjusting a few things here and there. Both 85 and 14 are coming hand in hand to the finish line, so it's a matter of which one I think I'm going to push out in front of the other. I haven't made that decision yet, but I'm going to have to get close on it, so we'll see. And then, like I said, the other projects are working. I know Will is coming to Tulsa the last weekend in February. We're going to work on a couple projects together, face-to-face. He's old school as well as me. We're both in our 50s. I'm barely still in my 50s, but we're going to get together and face-to-face, and that'll be good. So hopefully I'll get together with some of my other designers soon on getting some things together. But I want to let you know that. I know things have been kind of crazy out there. I've got a lot of things going on, a lot of things. And I've been working on a couple other projects for some existing games that are out there. And I've got I've got a lot of things going on. It takes time because I do a lot of research. I know Brian, aka General Hand Grenade, we've been working on seaplane bases for the World War I map, where dockyards and shipyards, and all that takes time and research because it's just not out there. You can't just show me where all these are, and it spits it out for you. And there's some really cool games out there World War II, the old chit games, cardboard games, whatever you want to call them, counter games. They have tons of information on them. But when we did the 1936 V3, and I found dockyards, shipyards, and I approached the guys and said, "Hey, I would really like to incorporate major shipyards, minor shipyards, major dockyards, minor dockyards, and the major minor ports." They're like, "Well, what does all these do? Well, why have them?" And it's a huge advantage. If you notice, the dockyards are a huge advantage for not advantage, but for the British player, because they had dockyards all over the world. But you can do a couple things. You can do an old way of rolling dice for repair. Well, technically, where they're repairing at, at sea, that didn't happen. And you don't want to bring your battleship all the way back to Britain to repair it. So they had dockyards, Gibraltar, Malta, and Hong Kong, and Singapore, and Ascension Island. All this, they were everywhere. And it was really cool. We did find another dockyard after doing more research, and we're going to incorporate it into the next version of the game. But we also will be adding some Canadian shipyards and things like that. So we're doing a lot more research, and I appreciate my other designers getting in. Usually I do a majority of the preliminary referencing and all that stuff. I know at least when Will and I first started. So it's nice to have other people do it. And I love doing the research. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot of neat stuff, but it does take a lot of time. So sometimes that's the reason why things are a little slower here at HBG. I like to make things historical. I like to make things as real as I can and still make it playable. And the designers all know that. I want it historical, but it's going to be playable. So anyway, there's a balance. So I appreciate you guys for everything you do for HBG. And have a good weekend. And hope you got your Valentine all taken care of. I did the thing where it was going to be 4 days, the 4 days of love. So I called on a Monday, and they had 5-day thing, but since it was a Monday, I couldn't do it. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Tuesday, they're going to do a glass rose, real pretty, multicolor. And Wednesday was going to be some 6 chocolate strawberries, blah, blah, blah. And Thursday, I can't remember what Thursday was. And then Friday, which is today, my wife was supposed to receive 2 dozen roses. So the first day, she sends a picture and says, "Hey, I got this rose. Well, it was very beautiful. And thank you. Very thoughtful, blah, blah, blah." And we'll get into all the blah, blah, blah. But she said, but it's broken. So the stem was broke, and one of the flowers was broke. And I was like, or petals. And I'm like, oh man. So I called them, and of course, going through the second customer help, which I never understand why you can't get someone who actually speaks English clearly. I know that sounds kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, but I am an English speaking person, and I could not understand this person. They had to transfer me to someone else, and finally they would not deliver that same day, even though they had same day delivery to replace it. So they would next day. Well, it didn't come the next day because FedEx wasn't delivering because of all the ice. And then they didn't deliver on Wednesday, which was the third day. So I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping they'll deliver today. Maybe she'll get everything today. Or that was kind of a bust. And then I ordered a couple cards, and I always make sure that I've got these dates. Ordered 2 cards. I thought, hey, I'll give her one on Saturday. It'll be a funny one. And I'll give her one on Sunday, which is, the mushy one. And they're delayed. So I'm thinking like, oh, great. They're coming from, those 2 are coming from Amazon. Normally I go down to Walgreens, pick out a really nice card, read through it. But I looked and I'm like, you know what? I'll just order these. It's supposed to be delivered on the 10th. Plenty of time. No, delayed the 12th through the 14th. I'm like, that's not good. So we'll see. Well, hopefully you guys have got better luck with your Valentine than I did, and better luck on the ice than I did. So I'm going to take some more ibuprofen here. I was holding off on any of the painkiller because thins your blood, and if you are bleeding, all that good stuff in your brain, It's not good. So, but I am doing it now. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. You all take care, and we'll get back with you next week. Thanks.